What's up, guys? Paramoto here. How are you guys doing today? I am doing amazing, and I hope you guys are too. Guys, if you like the channel, you like the video, you want to see more of this, please make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button down below. It helps me out a ton. With that being said, let's get to the topic of today's video. So guys, what I want to talk about today is my awful Harley Davidson buying experience. Back in April of this year, 2020, I started kicking the tires on getting a Harley Davidson. Harley Davidsons were on my radar for a long time. I almost bought a Harley Davidson before I bought my Ducati Panigale, and as you guys know, I ended up buying a Ducati Panigale 959. You know, sport bikes were my wheelhouse. I felt comfortable staying there, and that's where I wanted to be, in sport bike. This year, though, I decided that I wanted a Harley Davidson. I've been looking at Harley Davidsons for a long time, and you know, this year was going to be the year. And I was watching a lot of Blockhead. I was watching a lot of Shade Tree Surgeon, $1 Million Bogan. You know, it was just, you know, I also wanted to get back into road trips. I wanted something comfortable to go around town. You know, so it's like it made sense for me to get a Harley Davidson. So April this year, I went into Raging Bull Harley Davidson right here in North Carolina, and I talked to my sales guy. So when I decided I wanted a Harley Davidson, I did what all of us good motorcyclists do. I started researching prices, stats, what bike I wanted. I decided that I wanted the Harley Davidson Roadster. It's like the sportiest Sportster they make. It met my needs real well, and I like the idea of a small, compact, easy to ride around town on bikes. I did my research mainly on YouTube and Harley Davidson website, and at the time, Harley Davidson was retailing these for like $10,500, right? Options out the door, probably somewhere in the 11s. So I decided to go on to my local Harley Davidson dealer, Raging Bull Harley Davidson in Durham, North Carolina. When I got there, salespeople were super nice, and it was just like really welcoming as an atmosphere and everything like that. But then it wasn't very long after I went in that I started getting the vibes that they were kind of leading me astray, where my alerts started going off, red flags started being thrown, and I felt like I was being taken. Keep in mind that this bike was retailing somewhere around $10,500 on Harley Davidson's actual manufacturer website, and this would be like my 5th or 6th brand new motorcycle purchase. I know how these things go. Tax and titles out the door, you're probably looking at about $1,000 extra, right? Just as normal. You know, some places waive things. I paid like, I think like almost sticker for my Panigale, but you know, Harley Davidson is not Ducati. Dealers are different. I bought my Ducati during off season. I bought this bike very much in riding season, so it was going to be different. My original price out the door on this motorcycle, $15,000 out the door for a Harley Davidson Sportster Roadster. What? I was trying to be a shrewd negotiator, and I was just kind of like, okay, I'm gonna have to think about that, bro. And I took his card and I left. And that started basically an onslaught of text and emails from Harley Davidson wanting me to come in and buy this motorcycle. And it was this exact motorcycle I was looking at. Harley Davidson's known for that. Harley Davidson is known for not leaving you guys alone after you go into a dealership. And honestly, oh man, they did not leave me alone. After I left and started getting the onslaught of texts, I started like, you know, I was kind of annoyed at that point. So when I was getting all these texts and everything, you know, it didn't take long for me to speak my mind and just be like, bro, like the site says $10,500. I don't know where 15 is coming from. That's a straight up ripoff. I'm probably not going to be buying a motorcycle from you guys. Thank you for your time. You know, I wasn't trying to be shrewd. I wasn't trying to get a deal. I just didn't want the bike. Like straight up, didn't want the bike. Stop texting me, stop calling me. I don't want anything to do with you guys. Go away, is my text messages. I was just like, bro, like your site says $10,500. You guys are trying to, you know, get me out the door for 15. I obviously had sucker written across my forehead. I don't want the bike. No thank you, please go away. I'm trying to be shrewd. I literally just didn't want the bike. I didn't want to buy from them. I didn't want to do business with them. And honestly, I wanted nothing to do with Harley Davidson after that. It wasn't long after I told Harley Davidson to go pound salt that I started getting more text messages from them. The salesman's trying to be a buddy and be like, oh man, I just talked to my boss. He got you out the door now for 13 because I got you, bro fam, no worries. So we went from plus $4,000 or $5,000 out the door to plus about $2,000 or $3,000 out the door. I was like, oh, no way, thank you so much. So we went from talking about $4,000 or $5,000 out the door over sticker price to now talking $2,000 or $3,000 out the door over sticker price. Still no way, Jose, not gonna happen. I told him again, I would have to think about it. I'm not buying a bike for $2,000 or $3,000 over sticker. It's not gonna happen, especially not your entry-level model. No way. Time went on again. They follow up with me again. And it was like, hey, have you thought anything else about that bike? And I was like off the radar with the Harley Davidson. Like, I guess the Harley Davidson isn't gonna happen. I'm gonna have to look somewhere else for a comfortable bike to do my around the town activities on. I told the guy straight up what the MSRP was, and then I just started going off on him. I'm just like, bro, the Harley Davidson Sportster line's been around since 1957. The Evo motor's been around since like 86, longer than I've even been alive, and you guys are trying to get me out the door $13,000 to $15,000. Not happening. That's a ripoff. Please stop texting me. Lose my number. Go away. No thank you. Basically, my salesman was just like, oh man, I'm sorry you feel that way. You know, like, these bikes are in high demand and blah blah blah. Lies, 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 lies. You know, and we went our separate ways for a couple months. I texted him a couple months after that we initially talked. I'm like, 11:05 out the door. And he's like, yeah, we could do that if you come up today. So I literally walked up. I literally rode up that day and got it for like $4,000 underneath what they were originally going to sell the bike to me for. To be honest with you guys, I'm on my 5th or 6th brand new motorcycle, and I've never had so much lies and rigmarole told to me during a buying process as I did with Harley Davidson. These guys ran me around so much for months, and they just lied to me about prices, and they were just trying to rip me off for so long. It was ridiculous. If you compare my Harley experience with Ducati, man, I went in Ducati, my salesman was like, what do you want, what you need, do you want a test ride, let's get you on this bike, you know. They gave me basically the motorcycle for like sticker price out the door with a really good warranty, and it was all done within a day and a half. They probably could have got me on that bike that day if I wouldn't have gone in so late the first day. Dude, they were so good and so honest and straightforward with me that it was so easy. Harley Davidson, total opposite. I went in April, didn't have a bike until almost July. They were making up some lies about how much the bike is like in demand and stuff like that. It was the same motorcycle that was on the showroom floor in April and March that I bought in June. So yeah, there's so much demand for these motorcycles. I'm gonna call shenanigans on that. There was no demand for this motorcycle, and it was the same exact bike. Thanks for lying, Harley Davidson. Thank you so much. At the end of the day, I'm happy that I got the bike. I like this bike. I enjoy this bike, but I will honestly never buy another Harley Davidson from the dealership. You guys turned me off of any sales with you guys ever again. That's really not how you're supposed to treat your customer. You're not supposed to run them around and lie to them just to try to get a couple extra $1,000. They ran me around so much and they lied to me so many times. I'll be totally honest with you guys. Instead of like them trying to make another couple $1,000 off of me, they will never get any of my business ever again. And that's on you guys, Harley Davidson. That's 100% on you. I mean, I'll be honest with you, at the end of the day, Harley Davidson is truly a dying company. Like, you might get a Harley fanboy that's like, oh, Harley Davidson is fine. It's like, have you looked at your quarterlies? No, you guys are not fine. You're the opposite of fine. When you got CEOs resigning and stuff like that, it's pretty obvious, you know, the writing is on the wall that the company is not fine. Guys, at the end of the day, this is all of my personal opinion, and this is my personal experience with one dealership in the area. Take what I say with a grain of salt. You know, I'm not super salty about it anymore. I was at first, but I got the bike that I wanted. I paid roughly the price that I wanted to do it, so I'm happy. I like this bike. Will I buy another Harley Davidson? Probably not, and it definitely won't be from Raging Bull Harley Davidson in Durham. But, you know, but like I said, at the end of the day, I'm literally one voice on the internet. So, guys, I appreciate you guys watching so much. Please, if you haven't already, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button down below. It helps me out so much. Anyway, guys, I will see you guys on the next video. Deuces.